You can absolutely double the storage space in your small kitchen. It just takes some creativity and a bit of rearranging. Hi everybody, thank you for being here. Today I wanted to talk about kitchen storage and organization hacks for your small home. The kitchen is the heart of the home, even if you have a tiny one in a small space, so let's find some ways to optimize that. Tip number one is to utilize your cabinet shelving to its full potential. So what I mean by that is, in most kitchen cabinets, there are some kind of little pegs that stick out, which the cabinet sits on. And in a lot of cabinetry, there are little holes where you can adjust those pegs. So you can basically adjust how high the shelving in your cabinet sits. So what I've done is basically organized how tall each of the sections of dishes that I have are. And then I've made those shelves like literally just on top of those dishes so that it essentially made me more shelves and more ability to store different items. So try to make as many shelves as possible in your cabinetry. And if you live in an older home or your cabinets just don't have those pegs with the little holes for adjusting, see if you can maybe do that yourself. There are some DIY methods. It involves like special drill bits and such, which I will link below. But you can also hire somebody. I know that in North America, we have TaskRabbit and Jiffy, and you can basically hire a handyman to come in and do a very specific task. Another tip I have is to add some shelf accessories. So there are multiple different ways that you can add different layers in your shelving system in your cabinets. So there are things like risers where you can kind of add like a midpoint to a shelf if you have multiple things you want to store, but you don't want to add like another actual shelf in between. There are also these little slide-in hooks that I use a lot, and you can add to hang different things like measuring cups and measuring spoons. Racks are another one, like adding spice racks and things like that. So basically add some accessories. Accessorize, give your cabinets and your shelves a glow up, and give them some cool accessories, and it'll give you very targeted ways to add some more space and some more storage. I think that's a great idea. Next is to do with your actual dishware and what you're actually putting onto those shelves in your cabinets. So I would say, if you can, invest in things that are stackable and even with the ability to nest into each other. So, dishware is an easy one. You obviously can stack plates, duh. But say, cups and bowls, you want ones that will stack pretty well into each other so that you can, stack more. You want as much as possible to fit in there. So try to make sure that they like nest into each other. I found some great Tupperware. It's collapsible. That's the word, collapsible. But it's also great for storage in a small kitchen because they collapse all the way down, and it's basically like, an inch and a half big, and they're great. So I'll link some of those below too. Try to get some nesting stuff, some stackable stuff that will save you some space in those precious cabinets. Easily missed spaces. So that means maybe you have a little cabinet above your range hood. I do. It's kind of awkward. There's parts of it that are blocked off, but use it. Still utilize that space, because those easily missed places are still storage. It's still storage in a place where you need as much of it as you can get. I know there's like a drawer under most people's ovens or stoves, unless you have a very fancy one, I don't know. But with my basic oven, there is that classic, drawer that you pull out. Utilize that. Make sure that you are putting stuff that is heat safe under there, because obviously it's, part of your oven. And I would say do not fall into the trap of storing things inside your oven or your microwave. It's so easy to forget, or for guests to come in and, forget if somebody wants to turn the oven on. I don't know, maybe you have guests that like to cook for themselves. But it's a very easy thing to forget if you have like pans stored in your actual oven. So try not to do that. Use the very backs of cabinets. So that's, again, an easy place to become like junk storage, but try to purge the stuff you don't need and try to actually put really thought out things into the back of that cabinet. So for me, I put really big stuff in like the really far back of a very deep cabinet I have. So, you know, big Costco-sized containers of oatmeal, things that I know that I will end up having to refill and use, but that I don't need to access on a daily basis. And I can easily use like a little step stool and go up and reach it, but it has a dedicated place. Another tip is wall storage. Maybe it's not top of mind for people in a kitchen because you already have so many things going on the walls. Like you likely have cabinetry, you likely have some kind of shelving, and then of course your appliances. But if you can maybe utilize parts of your backsplash or areas in and around, you know, your oven and stove area, around your sink, you know, maybe put a pegboard system up there. I know that some people have done that to great success. I actually haven't, and I think that could be a really cool thing to do. But pegboards are great. There's also these long like rod systems that IKEA sells, which I'll link down below as well, which you set up and then you can hang, you know, different containers onto that rod. I think it's a great system. Utilize that, you know, vertical area that you have as well in your kitchen. Even though it might not be top of mind, you still have some wall space. So try to use that. Another tip I would give you is to give all your items a little home. So again, I talk about this in my very first video about living in a small space and sharing it. And I think the best thing you could do in any small space, especially in a kitchen where you have so much stuff coming and going, is to give items a dedicated home. So your pots, your pans, your pantry items even. I know that can sound a little bit excessive to even give like pantry items a home, but I think it is really crucial to at least store those kind of items in the same general place or the same shelf so you can optimize that space. If you know that you're going to get boxes of pasta and you're going to have those all the time, like we do, we have these particular boxes of pasta, I set up that shelf to exactly fit those boxes, and that's always where they go. So I don't have to look for a place to put them. That's where they always go, and there's just enough space for them. So if each of your items has a dedicated home, then you can totally maximize the storage space because you're always going to put them in that space. Give them a home. Give them a little home and return them there, and try to communicate that to other people in your home if you are sharing the space, because some people can put things in the wrong places even though they've just taken them out. So yeah. Perhaps invest in some forever storage containers. And this is another way, kind of in that same vein of giving particular items a home. This kind of like levels that up a little bit, because say you buy crackers often and like different sizes of boxes of crackers, it's hard to know or maintain like a particular size. But if you have a really large jar or like a large storage container for crackers, you know the exact dimensions of that. So just shove those crackers in there and you have that dedicated space. So I have forever containers for things that my partner and I utilize on a daily basis. But because of that, I know that this is the exact amount of that particular item that I have space for. Never changes, and so you can better organize yourself that way. There's great jars that you can pick up at the thrift store. That's where I got a lot of mine. But also, if you go to like a Home Goods, they have really good storage containers by OXO. They are these kind of like cereal box shaped ones that you can put a bunch of stuff in, and they stack really neatly in a cupboard. So lots of different options for forever containers. Just take your pick. Another way to maximize space, not in cabinets, but in drawers. So I know that a lot of modern kitchens actually have drawer systems, which I love. I think if you have like pots and pans, so great to actually have pull-out drawers. Depending on how deep your drawers are, I think it would be great to have dividers for your drawers. So we have, I think I'm going to say drawer too much in this section, but we have a drawer that acts as kind of like a junk repository. And, you know, stuff that you put that's like tape measure, staples, elastic bands, just junk, batteries, things like that that end up being a junk drawer. Ours coincidentally happens to be in the kitchen, and I know most people's does end up in the kitchen. So if that's you, try to find some good little shallow baskets. I got mine from Dollarama here in Canada, and they're great because they are cheap and they are just deep enough to fit like a pretty shallow drawer. And then you can organize yourself really well, know exactly what you have, and not overfill that junky drawer all the time. So drawer dividers, depending on the depth, you know, if you have really deep ones, I'm sure you can find dedicated deep drawer dividers, or just higher baskets to shove in there. We're all guilty, I think, of buying stuff for our kitchens that we're never gonna use. I bought like an herb stripper, which sounds risque, but it just is like a device with some holes that you pull the stalk through, and it's supposed to rip off all the leaves. Never use that. It's such a stupid thing. So try to get rid of those junky kitchen appliances or gadgets that you're never going to use. Gadgets are one thing because they take up, that drawer space or cabinet space. The kitchen appliances, like if you bought an air fryer, a food processor, pressure cookers, for sure. If you have larger size kitchen appliances that are sitting on your counter and taking up valuable counter space. And I'd say if you're not using them on like at least a weekly basis, right? Bi-weekly, let's say, then it's time to go. Sorry. If you're using that thing like once a month or once every 2 months, it does not deserve the prime real estate that is your kitchen countertop, because that is like the most prime real estate in the house, I would say. Even if it's a small house, that is like, so pack them up, put them in a storage locker, or donate them, but don't give them that prime real estate. All right, last tip is don't forget the top of your cabinets. If you have a little bit of storage space at the very top of your cabinet, we do, then use it. Put stuff in that kind of open storage area that is aesthetically pleasing, but that you can still stack up there. Make sure you dust it every so often. I found that was my problem, that I was putting stuff up there, using it often, but then not really dusting the top. I know some like modern kitchens are now building cabinets all the way up to the ceiling, and that's wonderful. It actually looks really beautiful. But if you happen to own or rent a space where you have a little bit of space on top, just put stuff up there. Don't be afraid. I talked about that in my last video, and I would really appreciate if you guys took a look at it, because I think you can learn a bit more about storage throughout your tiny space rather than, just the kitchen that we talked about today. I hope that helped you guys. The kitchen is a great space. Again, like I mentioned, it's the heart of the home. And if you have a small kitchen, if you have limited space, try to use these tips to optimize it as much as you can. Level that kitchen up and make it the true heart of the home. And yeah, thanks guys.